Okay guys, I'm going to do a quick video here, at least I hope it's quick. First off, apologize for any background noise because I got neighbors cutting lawns and kids out in the yard screaming, and so it might get a bit noisy, but let's continue anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you basically TrustJacker. So I've had some people asking questions like, how do I link to Wikipedia, and how am I doing my campaigns and stuff, and how do I set it up? So this is one of the best plugins I've ever come across, and it's very, very useful. And I know there are a lot of good people out there that want to put it to use. So I'm just going to give my 2 cents worth. It may be flawed in some ways, but it's working for me. Anyway, so first thing I'm going to do is I need to find a product that I want to promote. Well, obviously, you've already picked the niche, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to go to the Clickbank Marketplace, and in this case, I'm going to type in something like green energy. Okay, I'm assuming I don't have to explain Clickbank to you. I logged in, I'm on Marketplace, and I'm searching for a product. So I type in green energy and then hit the key, and it comes back, and I like to go for stuff that has at least got some gravity, although how the landing page looks is also important, and also whether they've got an affiliate link, because you're going to need to have some kind of a graphic or a pop-up. Now, doing this is a whole lot easier if you're using something like Max Bounty or Peerfly, but let's do it the slow and hard way just to show you how it's done. So if I sort by gravity, I think that just brings up, yeah, that brings up all programs by gravity, whether they're green software or green energy or not. So I'm gonna research or redo that one on green energy and search by keyword relevance. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. I'm going to hold down the, well, I'm using a Mac, so I'm going to hold down the command key, and it's going to open up a new window. Hold down command and click, and I take a look at this, and I'm looking for quality of the landing page, basically. And I'm thinking, okay, this doesn't look too bad. Also, this alternate energy book here looks like that looks fairly attractive. So what I'm going to do is go off screen here and use my program called Snagit by TechSmith, and it will bring up some crosshairs here once it stops fighting with ScreenFlow. And I'm going to snag this picture, which is eventually going to be turned into a banner. So crosshairs are up, and I'll go say about there, and I'm going to go a little bit lower, and you'll see how I'm going to get rid of that text in a minute. So Snagit's going to pop up, and okay, all the stuff is lined up across the bottom that I was looking at earlier today. I did some campaigns for a friend of mine that I was building a site for Katy Perry and this other, Kate Middleton, I think that was it. So anyway, I'm going to click on Tools, and I'm going to cut this piece out. So I'm going to go over here like that, and I'm going to hit the delete key. I can hear the lawnmower in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but my stupid neighbor, he picks the perfect time to cut his lawn every day. So now I'm going to fill in this little hole. All right. Now, I want to decorate this a little bit, so I'm going to go back to, I'm going to narrow this down just a bit, about like that. I'm going to go back to Effects, I'm going to click Border, and I want, that border's a little bit narrow, so I'm going to make that about 5 pixel border, and Shadow. So that maybe that border's a little bit too thick, so I'm going to go with, alright, 2. We'll go with 2 pixel border. So I'm going to go File, save as, and I'll save to desktop, and we'll just call it energy. Okay, now I'm going to close that. Now I'm going to bring up another great program. If you're a Mac user, this is a total must. It imports Photoshop documents, Photoshop pictures, and it's unbelievable. It's called Sketch. So we'll start up Sketch, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this screen a little smaller so it's going to be inside the viewing area for you. I'm going to drag that energy book that I just copied, drag it over, and drop it in here. So there it is there. Now, I want a button on there that's going to say, you know, check it out or something, right? So I just click on shape here, and I want a rounded rectangle. Make something about like that. And then I'm going to click buttonize it. And it's buttonized and it's reflecting, as you can see. That looks kind of cool. And when you get the middle, the red line comes up. That's supposed to be the middle. Now I want some text, so I'm going to click on text, and I'm going to type in learn more. How about that? Once my beach balls comes up, I'm going to go learn more. Okay, so I click outside that. I'm going to set the size for maybe 36. Drag that up, drop it in here. And I don't like that particular font, so I will go down through my fonts. And it's having a little trouble here. Arial black will be good. Except I'm not going to have it black. I'm going to make it white. So I click the color and make it white. Then I go to back again. I'm going to put a shadow on it. I'm going to change the color of the shadow to black. Then I'm going to go back, and the fonts, the letters are a little close to each other. So what I'm going to do is go back again, and I'm going to put character spacing 1. See how that just opens it up just slightly? If I went 2, it might be too much. I'll try 2. Yeah, that's not bad, but that looks a little bit unnatural, so I'm going to stick with 1. And then I'm going to go back, and I want to adjust the shadows on this thing. So, yeah, wouldn't you know it, the phone rings. I'm going to make that go up here. Now, I'm not answering that because I know it's not for me, because anybody who knows me would email me. Okay, so that font looks reasonably decent right there. Okay, so that's going to be my button. I could spend more time and make it, you know, even fancier, but for all intents and purposes, that's going to be the button. So I click export, and then up comes this little grid, and it shows me what size it is. So it's 398 by 372. So I'm going to write that down. 398 by 372. And you need to write that down because in TrustJacker, you're going to put it in there, right? So I'm going to export that to the desktop. Desktop, and we'll call it green 111. Okay, and it's a PNG file. I like PNG files because they load faster and they look better. They're just sharper. Okay, so I'm going to minimize that. And this Clickbank one, now we're going to need the code for this, right? So I'm going to go promote, and I'll put in my code here, AlterXM. I'll put in my tracking code, which will be my site. It's Boomington Post. I'll just put create. Okay, then I copy that code, Now I'm going to take that code and go over to my template that I've been talking about online in Evernote. So if I click Evernote, here's my TrustJacker template, and the product is green energy. Destination site we haven't picked yet. This one's also green energy. And okay, and my affiliate link, I gotta put that in there. Okay, that's my affiliate link for now. That can actually go right in here in between the href. In fact, I'll just Control Z that and put it in here. Now, one thing on this template, the reason I made this template up is I found in TrustJacker a couple of times, if you import things from Purefly or other networks, those semicolons, or I mean those whatever these are, these little quote marks, they don't always translate as quote marks. They look like quote marks when you're looking at them, but the thing's not working. And I worked on one offer the other day for about an hour before I finally figured out that the translation was from some other coding language, maybe acrylic or Latin or European, whatever. It wasn't translating. It looked like quotation mark, but it wasn't. So when I erased them and put them in, then it worked. So basically what I want to do is I want to paste in my offer. I also want to go make it open in a new window because I don't want to lose them off whatever window they're in. So I will go target equals quotation marks blank. Okay, now my image source, we have to upload that. So what I'm going to do is go over to my site. I'm going to go to media. I'm going to hold down the control key so I don't lose TrustJacker, and it's going to just open up a new window for media. And I'm going to upload one. I'm going to upload this graphic I made. So I just drag it and drop it in here. And up it goes. I scroll down to the bottom, double click or triple click and pick up the URL. Control C to copy. Then I'm going to save all changes. Okay, so I can close that window. Now I'm going to go back over to my template now that I've got my graphic, and let's place the graphic in here. So we're going to go Control V. Okay, so now we've got all the code we need. So next thing we need is a green energy site. So one of my favorite tools is this fast traffic sniper. I'm going to click on Get Started, and here I can check the competitors, the key wheels, or the social intelligence. I can get the top whatever number of sites, let's say 20, and I'll just type in here green energy, and then I click the search key, and it goes out. It's finding the top sites in the world that talk about green energy. They're all here. These are, according to Google, Bing, and Yahoo, these are the top sites. So we want one that says, okay, wiki, there it is, right up front, the top one. 2.232,283 inbound links, ranked sixth in Alexa. I mean, come on, that's huge. So we're going to click on that. It's going to open up that link to sustainable energy. So I'm going to copy that link, Control C, and then I'm going to close that because I don't want that open. Right? So now we can go to add a campaign. Okay, so up comes TrustJacker with a new campaign. So let's just give it a name. Green Energy 2, because I think I got one in there already. So we'll put it, we'll just call it Home Energy. How about home-energy? Okay, now the destination URL is going to be the wiki one I copied, right? So I'm just going to go Control V. And then I'm going to take option 2. And here's a huge one. I've made this mistake a few times. Don't be on visual, be on HTML, because you paste in the code there and it won't work. You'll get a blank pop-up and you'll be trying to figure out why it's not showing. So I'm going to HTML, then I'm going to go back over to my template, and I'm going to simply copy that code that I made. Remember, this is my affiliate code, and this is the picture. Okay, so I've copied that. Then I'm going to go back to TrustJacker, make sure that it's in HTML, and I'm going to paste. Then I'm going to go down and put the size in, which was 398 wide and 372 in height. And my favorite one is the 3-second only. I find that one gets the most response. So now I'm just going to preview it. I click the preview button, goes over to Wikipedia, and whoa, what's this? Now you can see the graphic size that my program said isn't quite tall enough, and it's a bit too wide. Either that or I got the dimensions backwards, right? So I'm going to close that, and we're going to go back down here and try. I'll try and reverse that. 372 by 398. Take another preview and see what happens. Yeah, that looks good. So there you go. Up comes the pop-up. We click on it. Remember, I keyed it to open up a new window, and there's the new window. Brand recognition. As soon as they scroll, they see the same book, and away you go. Okay, so that's it. It opened up a new window. They can come back here. They can click off there, and they can read through, the Wikipedia page if they want. And so, in a nutshell, that is how I do that. Now, one more thing. Then, once you've tested it and you've proven it's good, then you of course click save, and it comes back up into TrustJacker, and we want to Twitter it. So, what I do again in a Mac here, I hold down the Control key or Command key. I think in Windows you hold down the Control key. You click Twitter, and I'm going to tweet this thing out. So I'm going to go, wow, Wikipedia appears to be in the home energy business. Now, I don't know if I have to explain the legalities of this to anyone or the language. In my business, as an analyst, as a business analyst, you have to be really careful what language you choose. So when I say, wow, Wiki appears to be in the home energy business, I'm not saying they are in the home energy business. I'm not saying they have anything to do with it. I'm just saying they appear to be. And legally, you can't be touched by posting it that way. So then I'm going to tweet that out, and away it goes. Now, if I wait a few seconds, while I'm waiting, what I'll do is I'll go over and do the same thing in Google+. So I right-click. I hold down the command and click on Google+. And do I leave the picture in or not? Let's have a look around. Yeah, that looks cool. So I'll say similar things here. I'll go, gee, it looks like Wikipedia is getting into the home energy business. Okay, then I'll share that out, and we might as well do it on Facebook too. And then log in. I love this part of it on Facebook. I go, wow, Wikipedia appears to be moving into the home energy business. Share link. Done deal. So now I'm just going to refresh this page and see how many people have clicked on it. This time of the day here, it's around dinner time, so maybe there's 20 or 30. A little more or less. Okay, there you go. 25 clicks on it already. Test my link again. Home energy. And there you go. Bob's your uncle. Okay, so that's essentially my system. Now if I went to Peerfly, it's a whole lot easier. In fact, let's take a real quick peek at Peerfly. You can see these have only been up a few days and I've already got several hits on that stuff. So I'll go with all offers. And we look at something like, I don't know, whatever this is, Folgers Gourmet Coffee. Usually what I like to do is sort by conversion rate. And then like this Snuggle, this is huge. I mean, how do they get those kind of numbers? Banners. Okay, it's Snuggie. So let's take the big one. Control C. Go back over here. We'll paste this in. Let's go back over here and see if we can actually scoop their site. So Snuggie. Sleeved blankets. Okay, we might as well take another one off Wiki, since how they're ranked so high. They're ranked number 3, right? So we'll make that the destination. Control V. Now, because we got the code directly from Peerfly, we don't have to worry about the sizing. I believe it just works just like that. So we'll just put in a open in 3 seconds. Let's take a preview. Goes over here to this place, and okay, so we are going to have to put it in. What size was it? It'll probably say it in the code here. Okay, so it's 430 by 600. So 430. And if you've already done them, by the way, you can double click in these empty boxes and it brings up the old whatever you had in there before if you're using all the same size banners. So 430 by 600 preview. Yeah, I like that ad actually. This is a really, and this time of the year it's starting to get colder over here in North America, so it's probably going to be a good one. So I'll just click save, and then I'll just hold down Command key and hit Twitter again. We might as well send this out. Stay warm this winter with the new Snuggie. Okay, well then what I would normally do then is I would copy that and I would paste that text into my auto tweeter, into TweetAdder, and then what that would do is send it out 4 or 5 times a day for me. I wouldn't have to worry about keeping on sending it out, because when I send out something by Twitter, I generally get about 25 to 30 hits on it within the first half an hour every time I tweet it, right? So you can see some of these ones, get some massive hits. There's one I did the other day for a client of mine. It was a Bark Buster, 1,029 hits, and I've only owned the program for about 4 days or 3 days, but Bark Buster, it goes to a dog site, and then this graphic I created for him in that little program that I showed you. This is his QR connected dog tag finder. If you lose your dog, people with mobile phones can just scan it and get the contact information for you to return the dog. Anyway, I drop it in here, and I mean, he's selling like hotcakes. I mean, it's phenomenal. This really is a great little program. So there you have it. I'll refresh that, see if I've got any hits on Snuggies yet. There should be some. Okay, 19. All right, that'll pick up overnight. What I will do after I end this video is I'll put it on Stumble, I'll put it on Facebook, Dig, Google+, LinkedIn, and Reddit. And then I'll also write an article about the product on Boomington Post. and I have a little program called WP Linkster, which what that does is it allows me to specify any word or word phrase, and Linkster will find that word wherever it is on the entire site. If you've got, 300 posts, it will read all the posts and find that word or words and automatically hyperlink them to your product. And I really find that one useful. So I will write a review article on this Snuggie, and then I will link it to this Snuggie's link here, and I'll also link it directly. I'll make a second phrase and link it directly to my offer. And it doesn't take long. You put together you put together 20 of those, and you can do that in an afternoon, and you're making a lot of cash. You start making $200 a day pretty easily, and $200 a day, let's face it, you can almost live off that, right? Okay, so I'm going to end this video. It's probably going to be too long.